Good morning. My name is Dwayne. Today I want to talk with you about something heavy on my heart. Every week I get messages from men, young men, middle-aged men, even men older than me. And the theme keeps repeating. They are lonely. They feel isolated. They feel like the world does not care if they exist. Maybe you know that feeling. You walk through a crowded street, and you still feel invisible. You open your phone. You scroll through endless images of people smiling, partying, traveling, and you wonder, why does my life look nothing like that? At night you lie in bed. You stare at the ceiling, and a thought creeps in. What if no one really notices if I am gone? That is a dark place. And the truth is this. Across America, more and more men are ending up there. Suicide rates among men are several times higher than among women. The prisons, the shelters, the rehab centers, they are filled mostly with men. And yet, when those numbers are mentioned, you can go online. You can find people actually celebrating. People laugh that men are checking out of life. I saw one of those comments the other day, and it made me sick. Because I know good men. I know men who work hard. Men who love their families. Men who want nothing more than to stand tall and be useful. To see their pain mocked. To see their struggle dismissed. That is enough to make a man's blood boil. But anger alone does not help. Anger without direction will burn you from the inside out. So let me slow down and share something deeper. If you are a man listening to me right now, and you feel alone, if you feel unwanted, if you feel like there is no woman, no family, no friend you can trust, then hear this. There is one companion you cannot escape. One companion who will walk with you every day, for the rest of your life. And that companion is yourself. Now, you may not like that answer. You may think I am telling you to give up on love, to give up on friendship, to lock yourself in a cabin, and never talk to anyone again. That is not what I am saying. What I am saying is this. Until you learn how to be at peace with yourself, no other relationship will ever fix the hole in your chest. I learned this the hard way. I have sat by a fire at night, coffee in one hand, cigar in the other, and all I could hear was my own voice. That voice reminded me of my failures, reminded me of my mistakes, reminded me of the things I lost. If you spend enough nights like that, you will understand how unbearable it is to be stuck with a companion who will not stop tearing you down. So the first step in dealing with loneliness is it's not about finding someone else. It is about becoming someone you can stand to be alone with. Ask yourself this. If you could design the perfect friend, what would he be like? Would he be honest? Would he encourage you? Would he tell you the truth? And also forgive you when you fall short? That is exactly who you need to become. For yourself. Start with honesty. Stop lying to yourself about who you are. Stop pretending your failures are someone else's fault. Stop making excuses that keep you stuck. When you look in the mirror, tell yourself the truth. And yes, that truth may hurt at first. You may have to admit you wasted years. You hurt people. You sabotaged your own dreams. But honesty is the foundation. Without it, you are just building castles on sand. But honesty alone is not enough. Because if all you ever do is beat yourself up, you will never want to be in your own company. You have to balance honesty with forgiveness. When you admit you made mistakes, you remind yourself that you are human. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to start fresh. The man you were yesterday does not have to be the man you are tomorrow. And then comes encouragement. If you had a friend who always saw the best in you, who pushed you to rise higher, who told you that you were capable of more, how valuable would that be? You can be that voice for yourself. When you wake up, instead of rehearsing your failures, speak hope. Tell yourself that you are not stuck. Tell yourself that you can step out of the rut. I know some of you are shaking your head. You are saying it is not that simple. You live in a city full of crime, full of chaos. You are stuck in a job that barely pays the bills. You look around, and you see no opportunity. And to that I say, I have been there. I have walked out of a city with nothing but a backpack. I have slept in places you would not want to imagine. I have worked jobs that paid almost nothing, but gave me a roof and a chance to rebuild. Do not tell me it cannot be done. What it takes is courage. What it takes is the decision. that you will no longer stay trapped. Loneliness is real, but it is not a death sentence. It is a signal. A signal that you need to strengthen the one relationship you will never escape. The one relationship that shapes all the rest. And that is the relationship with yourself. So stay with me, because in the next part, I am going to tell you why building that relationship is not just theory, not just self-help words. It is survival. It is the path out of the darkness. Let us go deeper. You know now that the first companion you need is yourself. But what do you do with that knowledge? How do you take it beyond words? How do you turn it into action? Here is the truth. Sometimes the environment you are in is poisonous. The city you live in. The people around you. The job that drains your soul. If all of that is pulling you down, you have two choices. Stay or leave. Most men stay. They complain. They scroll on their phones. They blame the world. But deep down, they are afraid. Afraid of the sacrifice it will take to leave. Afraid of the courage it will demand. I remember being young. I had no money. No backup plan. I packed what I could carry. I sold the rest. And I walked out of the city. I hitchhiked across states. I worked for food. I picked up cigarette butts in campgrounds. I slept in bunkhouses where the pay was $350 a month. But I had a roof. And I had a start. That is what it takes. Not comfort. Not convenience. But guts. You say you are lonely. You say there is no one to stand with you. Maybe that is a gift. Because no one is holding you back either. You are free to move. Free to take a risk. Free to rebuild your life. Listen. The hell you go through when you stay in toxic relationships. Or in toxic environments. It is worse than the discomfort of starting over. The price of lying beside the wrong person. Just to avoid being alone. That price will destroy your soul. It is better to face silence. It is better to face your own company than to be chained to someone who does not value you. So here is my plea. Become your own man. Stand on your own 2 feet. If the culture around you wants to burn itself down, let it. You do not have to join them. There are still good women out there. Still good friends. Still good communities. But you cannot find them while drowning in places that hate you. Step out. Even if it costs you everything. I can hear some of you arguing. You are saying you cannot leave. You have rent. You have bills. You have responsibilities. Yes. Some of you are stuck for a time. But more of you could leave than you admit. You just do not want to face the fear. And that fear is the cage. When you decide, truly decide, that you are done being trapped, doors will open. Maybe not big doors. Maybe not glamorous doors. But enough to get you started. I want you to picture this. A man sits by a fire. Coffee steaming in his cup. A cigar burning slow. He looks around. There is no crowd. No noise. Just him. The stars. The night. If he spends that time tearing himself apart, he is in prison. Even with no walls. But if he spends that time speaking truth, speaking forgiveness, speaking encouragement, he is free. That is the choice you face every day. Loneliness is not just about people. It is about the voice in your own head. If that voice becomes your ally, you will never be completely alone again. But I need to give you a warning. Do not swing the pendulum too far. When you feel attacked, it is easy to fight back with hate. It is easy to say, if they hate me, then I will hate them. That is not the way. That is not strength. That is weakness dressed up like strength. I have heard men online, loud voices, telling young men to despise women, to treat them like enemies, to see life as a battlefield of genders. Yes, some of what they say is true. Yes, they point out real problems. But their pendulum has swung all the way to the other side. And when you follow that, you are still controlled. Still trapped. Just in a different cage. We are not at war with women. We are not called to be hateful. We are called to be strong. To be steady. To be the warrior in the garden. What does that mean? It means you carry the strength to fight. But you also carry the wisdom to choose peace. You build. You protect. You stand tall even while the world rages around you. So here is the climax of what I want you to hear. You are a man. Stand up and be one. Make the hard decisions. Make the sacrifices. Choose the unpopular path if that is what it takes. And if you are not comfortable with who you are today, that is the one man in this world you have both the right and the responsibility to change. You do not have the right to change your wife. You do not have the right to change your boss or your neighbor, but you do have the right to change yourself. In fact, it is your duty. So do not run from it. Do not excuse it. Face it. Shape yourself into the man you can respect, into the man you can enjoy spending time with, into the man who can walk through loneliness and come out stronger on the other side. Take a breath. We have walked through the darkness. We have talked about loneliness, about anger, about the courage it takes to leave. Now let us bring it all together. Because here is the truth. You cannot build your life on rage. You cannot build your soul on hate. If you try, you will end up just as broken, just as bitter, as the very people you think you are fighting. Yes, there are movements out there that mock men. Yes, there are voices that cheer when we fall. But listen to me. You do not have to answer them with the same poison. You do not have to mirror their hate. If the pendulum swings too far one way, the temptation is to push it all the way back. Do not do that. Hold steady. Stand firm. Choose the middle ground of strength and peace. I know this is not easy. It is much easier to shout. Much easier to lash out. Much easier to curse the whole world and retreat. But that is not who we are called to be. We are called to be men of honor. Men who know how to fight, but also know when to stay calm. Men who can carry scars and still walk with kindness. Let me remind you of something. Loneliness is not permanent. It is a season that can teach you, shape you, prepare you for the man you are meant to become. When you are alone, you learn what you really believe. You learn how strong you really are. You learn whether your hope depends on the crowd or whether it comes from something deeper. For me, that hope comes from God. Maybe for you it is faith. Maybe it is purpose. Maybe it is simply the quiet conviction that life is worth living. Whatever it island, find it. Hold it. Do not let the silence steal it from you. Because one day, that silence will end. You will meet people again. You will step into community again. And the man you have built in the quiet, that man will show up. Strong, steady, unshakable. Think of it like this. If you plant a tree in the open field, it grows tall fast, but the roots are shallow. A storm comes, and it falls. But if you plant a tree in a canyon, surrounded by rock, forced to dig deep for water, that tree may grow slower, but the roots reach down strong, and when the storm comes, it stands. Loneliness is your canyon. It is forcing your roots deep. It is giving you the strength to stand when life's storms arrive. So do not curse it. Do not despise it. Use it. Grow in it. Become the man who can walk through it with dignity. Now let me leave you with this. If you are lonely tonight, do not run to the wrong company just to fill the silence. Do not chain yourself to people who drag you down. Do not sell your soul for a moment of comfort. Instead, sit with yourself. Speak truth. Speak forgiveness. Speak encouragement. Say, yes, I made mistakes. Yes, I wasted time. But I am still here. I am still breathing. And I can still change. Say, I am not stuck. I am not finished. My story is not over. Say, I am worth fighting for. I am worth building. I am worth respecting. And tomorrow, take one step. Maybe small. Maybe simple. But one step toward the life you know you can live. It might be quitting a toxic habit. It might be applying for a job in a new place. It might be leaving a relationship that is killing you. It might be walking out your front door and feeling the air on your face, knowing you are still alive. Whatever it island, take the step. Because loneliness is not your enemy. It is your teacher. It is showing you that the only companion you can never lose is yourself. So become that companion. Become the man you respect, the man you trust, the man you enjoy spending time with. And when the day comes, when others walk into your life, they will not be meeting a broken shell. They will be meeting a man who already stands strong, a man who is whole on his own, and willing to share that wholeness with others. That is how you deal with loneliness. Not by running, not by drowning it in noise, but by facing it, learning from it, and growing through it. So be strong. Stay steady. Be that warrior in the garden, ready to fight if needed, but wise enough to live in peace. And remember, you are not alone. Not when you choose to be your own companion. Not when you choose to walk in truth. Not when you choose to stand as a man. Thank you for listening. If this message helped you, share it with a brother who needs to hear it. Subscribe if you want more encouragement. And above all, stay strong, stay steady, and keep walking forward.